Our next match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left at 256 pounds from Cleveland, Ohio, Charlie Cook. Charlie Cook. His opponent at 245 pounds from Tokyo, Japan, Mr. Saito. Saito.
Saito in action against Charlie Cook, and
almost in action against Charlie Platt. An overzealous Saito wanting to demonstrate his patented sleeper. In on the ride, Charlie Cook sitting out. Saito hanging tough, trying to hook his man, find a handle. But as they come up, Charlie Cook out in front on that one. Saito, very compact, very powerfully built, and can move, as you notice. Nice leg trip takedown, in for that ride again. Saito has the leg hooked. This man is impressive. You know, I know that his style is rather unorthodox, but the fact that he has wrestled Greco-Roman style, collegiate style, catch-as-catch-can, freestyle, sumo wrestling, the martial arts, aside from possibly Savate, the French foot fighting, Charlie, I can't think of anything the man hasn't done in the way of any type of wrestling, grappling, or whatever you want to call it. And he's certainly a dangerous opponent to be a man to be feared and reckoned with in that squared circle.
indeed, right now, former Pittsburgh Steeler Charlie Cook having his problems with Saito.
Good old-fashioned American catch-as-catch-can double toe hold reverse here. And
that's exactly what it is.
Well, you know, believe me, Charlie, I can tell you this, from my experience in that ring, when you've got a man that flows from one style into another style, and from that into yet a third style, he's hard to defense. He's hard to figure because he may be going from a catch-as-catch-can move to a sumo or a martial arts move or to a Greco-Roman move, so you can't really pigeonhole him. You can't narrow him down and say, well, this man is in such and such a category. And Saito has, since coming to this country, has beaten some of the top men in the sport today. And as you mentioned, as you felt earlier, possibly the most powerful grip or set of hands in professional sports today.
And it doesn't take the man long, now speaking from experience, for you to feel the effects of that.
But as you know, we're talking about all his greatness. He's not as fallible as we see now. Charlie Cook has finally come up with the body scissor. And Saito in a bit of problem now and some pain as Cook clamps those legs down. Let's see where Saito is going from this. Another thing that I am impressed with by this man is the numerous variations of the suplex. We know basically 2 or 3 that are used very widespread throughout professional wrestling, but this man has brought a new dimension, and I've seen just in this couple weeks here 3 or 4 additional ones that I've never seen in my years in wrestling, Charlie.
I'll tell you something that goes back to what you were talking about a minute ago, Les, about the many variations and styles of Saito. I noticed last week as he was wrestling on television, a move that 2 people I've already seen use, and it wasn't exactly the same move, but Les Thornton, the World Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Tony Charles, of course, known for their Cornish height takedown, and Saito almost came up with a move very similar to the Cornish height used by Charles and Thornton.
You realize the examples you're using, Thornton and Charles, both catch-as-catch-can, European style, freestyle, and Greco-Roman. So aside from the martial arts and sumo, they're basically in the same class with this man. Varied styles, the combinations of styles. It makes for a tough defense. And right now, Saito with a nice off-balance takedown. Cook still trapping that leg and controlling. But Saito in a position now, almost grapevining there, trying to grapevine, but he's moving up, anxiously awaiting his next move. I'm very impressed by this man. The nerve holds, using the grip, Charlie, using the hands. We don't have a good vantage point here, but yes, going to that nerve on the side of the neck, the chop. And this 245 pounds is dangerous.
Cook seeing what is taking place. Wise move by Charlie Cook.
And Saito acknowledging the fact that Cook made a wise decision with a little bow as Charlie moved out. He saw Saito trying to tie into that sleeper, going for that carotid artery, and Charlie moved outside the ring. Headlock throws the hip in deep with a nice takedown. This is more the European flair with a takedown from that headlock. You standing your man straight up, going in deep with a hip. It's a much higher takedown, and you come down into that rib cage with a little force yourself, Charlie.
Certainly all competitors in the southeastern wrestling area have, after seeing this man in action just 2 weeks, should have a lot of respect for Saito.
Charlie Cook blasting away the headbutt. Drops the Oriental. See where Charlie's going from here. He may be putting it together, and here's one of the finest drop kicks in the pro sport. And Saito sweeps away from him, and Charlie comes down hard on the back of the head. Waistlock, and again, the variation of that suplex and the body press, Charlie.
Bell sounds, and your winner, Mr. Saito.
I only wish we had slow motion to show that variation going just in the waistlock to a nice suplex.